Tony Taylor.
Hey.
Tony.
What?
I can't tell how glad I'm to see you.
I got to tell you something. They left the gate open at the old folks' home, and I escaped.
He got his hair all prettied up. I mean, Tony, you know, I don't care if they did or not. And nobody call him and tell him that Tony's out either.
Yeah, really. I had a dream last night. I was back on the radio again, and I woke up and sweat, man. I was just sweating all over. And I said, man, that was the weirdest dream. I think I got to go to ICRT today to see if it was real. And it is. I'm here.
I like that a lot, Tony.
It seems vaguely familiar being on the radio again. But thank everybody at ICRT for inviting me down. This is such a kick. I haven't been on the radio in 150 years. It feels like, but it's fun. It's fun.
Tony, I gotta tell you, and I've told you a million times already, though, but you know what? Tony's the one who hired me when I first came to ICRT. I came to the studio and I was talking to other people and everything. Tony didn't even hesitate. Okay, well, let's get you on the air. And it was just over a few minutes of talking.
Well, I tell you what, I recognize talent just like that, you know. I saw it in you. I could see it in your eyes. You were ready to become a superstar here on Taiwan, and I just helped you along the way.
Tony, I'll always be grateful to you for that. I don't even know if I would have stayed in Taiwan this whole time, but because of you and some other people, yeah, I've loved it. I have no intention. And by the way, if you're an American, I'm not saying anything bad about America, but I have no intention of coming back home, especially if the 49ers lose another Super Bowl. Okay, that's another story. I'm okay.
You like the San Francisco, what do they call it, 48ers? 47ers?
Well, yeah, because we can't win the 9 or the 6 or 7. Yeah, we're going to be all right. Tony.
Well, I watch your show, man. It's a great show. You do a great job.
Well, thanks, Tony. Tony, we got a lot of music here that you have picked out. You know what I'm going to do? This is going to be. I'm glad Rick is still in the studio.
Let me tell you my thought process.
Okay.
I was in Taiwan on the radio for 15 years, and we exposed Taiwan to a lot of good music. And I just went through a Billboard list of top 100 songs for all the years, and I just said, well, you know, these are some good songs, and some are funny. Some are romantic. Some you'll remember. Some you might want to sing, and some of them you will cringe. Mm-hmm. You might have a cringe moment. But we're gonna crank up this lady, Tina Turner. I know you want to sing along to this one. Wait.
You know, I might have put the wrong order here. Tina Turner?
Yeah. You want to do What's Love Got to Do with It?
You know, I do want to do it. And as a matter of fact, I don't know what I put this list in. Listen, I can make an adjustment, Tony.
Well, what's up next on the computer?
Well, actually, it's Careless Whisper for some reason.
No!
You see, this is the funny thing about Tony. That's why I was getting ready to laugh. Because Rick Monday has a real problem. But we're going to play What's Love. You know what, Rick? We're not going to let him get away.
He was a big Wham fan, wasn't he?
Wait a minute, Rick. Tony.
What?
I was in the wrong area. Wham is next. You're right. Tina's now.
What song?
Yes. What's Love Got to Do with It?
Yeah, Tina Turner.
Yeah,
let's do this because this was a big hit song from 1985, and I loved listening to this song on the radio. This woman can sing, miss her every day.
You know, Tony, I used to love the legs were the thing. I mean, Tina could sing, but the legs were always killing me. Tina was wearing miniskirts before they were legal.
Oh,
goodness! This is a family show, isn't it? Okay, never mind.
All right.
ICRT.
FM 100.
You know something, Tony? I got to tell you, this is one of the things that I always loved about Rick.
What?
He can't stand this song.
I know. That's why I want to play it.
Hey, Tony, is there anybody that doesn't know that Rick Money does not like Wham and Careless Whisper? I've never met anybody that didn't know Rick knew he didn't like this song.
I saw him dancing to it in the hall one day at ICRT. He was dancing.
I knew he was a closet Wham fan. Knew it.
This song plays in hell.
George Michael doing it for you on ICRT FM 100.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. I'm trying to remember back at what life was like back in 1985. That song kind of brought back some memories to us. If you were singing along with it, raise your hand. If you were tapping your foot, raise your hand. Okay, I know you like that song. Coming up next, we got a real treat for you. I got an interesting story about, how do you say it with a cold? Madonna. Madonna. That's going to be coming up next on the 45th anniversary show here at ICRT FM 100.
Tony Taylor.
Oh.
Tony Taylor has...
Hey.
Yeah.
We got people jumping at the door coming in here. Hey, let me show this, do this for you. It was back in 1985, 39 years ago. Madonna was huge, and she she released this song, and I played it on the radio one day, and I actually mentioned the name of the title of the song, which we probably weren't supposed to do because the V word was not a good word to say on the radio during that time. But I may have said it. I don't remember. But as soon as I put it on the radio, the request line rang, and I picked up and said, "Hi, it's ICRT." And this mama, what we call them Karens now, right? Yeah. She was on the phone. "You can't play that song on the radio. It's nasty." I said, "Why?" She goes, "But it says that word." And I said, "What word?" And she couldn't even say it herself. So I said, "Ma'am, if she goes, I don't want my children listening to that on the radio." I said, "Ma'am, all you got to do is turn it off. If you don't want to listen to Madonna, turn it off. But you can't stop people from getting down to Madonna with her song. Hit it, Ron. Hit it now."
They always have great contests.
Always got music.
I think you know.
There's always something exciting on ICRT.
Yeah, it's relaxing. I can listen all day and I just feel good.
Living English in Taiwan.
Hi, folks. This is Tito Gray on ICRT, and you're listening to Tony Taylor on our 45th anniversary DJ reunion special, exclusively on FM 100.
I picked that song out just because it's just cool, and made some mommies upset. So I'm sorry about that. But we're going to zoom up to the year 1986 now. This was a huge hit for Dionne Warwick and friends.
Tony, I think you got some pressure putting on you, man. What do you got coming up?
Well, we're going to stay in the 80s just because it feels good. All right, this is from 1987. The lady just killed it. Miss Whitney Houston, she wants to dance with somebody on ICRT FM 100.
Tony Taylor!
Before we do anything else, let me give a big shout out to our Twitch listeners. We love you too, okay?
Those are nice messages.
Tony's going to read those too, from Louis collected those from social media.
But, Tony, you've got to tell the story of how ICRT helped Coca-Cola to overcome Hazel.
You can see Rick is in here to make sure that Tony stays on his toes. And Tony's ignoring him.
And you were nominated for the Golden... You're the first person ever at ICRT to be nominated for the Golden Bell because of that. Interculture Music City and then the Taiwan Top 20.
How much money I got to pay you to shut up? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was back in the day. I did get nominated for. I didn't win, but at least getting nominated was something, right? Yeah, that was a fun time. Doing the Taiwan Top 20 was a great thing, which led up to Jingchu Longhu Bang. It was a tie-in with CTS and ICRT, and Coca-Cola was involved in a great big way. Is Coke still a thing? I don't know. Yeah, yes.
I'm drinking one now.
But listen, I got some nice messages here.
Very nice. Very
nice messages here. A young lady I just met for the first time. She said she wrote me a letter like 150 years ago.
Wow.
And which I did not get.
Wow.
But she wanted to come up and meet me today. We met out in the lobby. She says, "Tony, when I was a junior college student, I wrote a letter to you, and in the letter I told you I wanted to be a DJ. But I have never heard back from you." She slapped me. She slapped me upside the head.
I don't blame her.
No, she didn't.
She's 73 years old.
No. I was like 35 years ago, and it was a pleasure to meet you. That was YC Chen. And from Amy Shu, Tony, wow, amazing ICRT. I miss you. Yeah, I miss you too, Amy. And really, Jennifer Liu, thank you. She goes, I would most like to meet DJ Tony Taylor because he was the first DJ I ever listened to.
Of course. Tony the Tiger Taylor.
She was only 2.5 years old during that time.
Tony Taylor.
Yeah, right. We got time for one more run?
We do. I'm the boss for this. Of course, we'll get right back with Rick Astley. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Is Tony thinking about that?
I love that song. It was originally a hit for Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Correct. That's right.
Huh?
That's right. Hey,
Does he win a prize?
You were our boss. You were the program. To be a good radio program director, what did it require?
Well, an ear for music for one thing, an incredibly deep voice, but just having a love of music. And I got to tell you a funny story. When I was a kid, my parents gave me a radio. a transistor radio, and man, I fell in love with that thing. I turned it on, listened to all the music that was available down in the Atlanta, Georgia area, gospel, soul music back then, top 40 news. It was sports and all kinds of things. And then I loved this radio. And then I turned it upside down and look at it, and there was a little label on the bottom of the radio that said, "Made in Formosa." My destiny was sealed at that moment. I would be on the radio in Formosa. Of course, we know it as Taiwan.
You know, I love where you came to that conclusion, too. And you had the wherewithal to recognize that was an omen. I'm impressed with that, Tony.
I tell you what, I didn't flash on it till after I came to Taiwan. I said, wait a minute. There's an unknown reason why I'm here. Thank you, Craig Quick. I got to say Craig Quick. Big
you
thank
said
you.
it quickly, too.
Yeah. And it was just like one of those special moments in time. I said, I'm where I am supposed to be.
There it is. Fate, destiny.
Yeah.
Tony Taylor, Taiwan.
It's good to have a boss who is your friend.
Tony, you're going to give away a gift soon. AW Restaurant. You got that same French restaurant as Richie gave away a little while ago. We got another one. If you want to go to that restaurant in Kaohsiung, we've got you here. $6,000 worth of a meal voucher for 2.
Wow.
And by the way, Tony, you guys, have you got a contest you want to talk about right now? I mean, people should get prepared for coming up next hour.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll think about that. We'll come up with something for you, and you can be a winner.
I hope it's a big prize like a car or tickets to Hawaii.
No, we're just giving the contest, not the prize. I'm just giving the prize.
Let me think of it.
You think about that. We'll pause for this in the news. I'll be right back with Tony. And Rick hasn't left. He's loving it. And more fun on ICRT. You know what's so funny? Tony, I was reminded of this because the fact is, when I first came to ICRT, I was on late night that night. And I played some Allman Brothers. I played Whip and Post.
Yeah.
And Tony calls me up, right? Hey, you're all right. I didn't know Tony was an Allman Brothers fan.
You didn't know I was listening.
Yeah, you know, I was. Look at that. Yeah, no, Allman Brothers. Yeah, that's blues rocking. I like that. I was going
it's southern rock and roll, southern blues, man.
Yeah.
It was a huge hit. Hey, you want to do a contest?
Well,
$6,000 meal.
Wow, I couldn't even eat $5,000.
Well,
you're supposed to take 2 people though.
Okay.
8522-82.
Well, wait a minute. I got.
Wait.
I got to tell them what the contest is about.
I know it.
Don't interrupt him.
We're just doing the phone number.
And tell it again.
Well, if you look, good Lord.
8522-8282.
That's
right.
Right. That's
all
right.
right.
That's right.
The first person that calls up with the correct answer to this trivia question wins that $6,000 meal coupon.
But one thing, Tony, you got to wait till you hear a certain sound. It's not yet.
It's not yet?
Yeah, you let them think about the contest because we're going to play that song shortly. Go ahead.
We're going to play a Sinead O'Connor song, right? Is that one?
No. We're going back to our original idea.
Say what?
We're going back to our original idea.
Oh, my original idea?
Yeah, you know the band
Who sang this song? Okay, the song is called La Macarena. Macarena. Who did that song? The first person with the correct answer wins the prize.
You know what? The reason why I do this is because we want to give you ample time. We could be nasty and all of a sudden say, okay, call in right now and give us the name and number of this song. But we're giving you a chance, Tony. Tony's giving you a chance.
We'll do it.
No, okay, when
you're in charge, man.
When you hear this sound.
Wow.
Not now. When you do hear that sound again, I'm just letting you know that's the sound you're going to react.
That sounds cool, man.
Right? Tony, you've got Sinead up here all lined up. I mean,
yeah, this was a huge hit song from 1990. Prince wrote it, and Sinead did it, and it was a monster hit song on the Taiwan Top 20. Right, Rick?
Who you were the host of?
Tony Taylor was the host of the Taiwan Top 20. Sinead's going to sing it.
You're Tony.
Big hit song, Sinead O'Connor.
Tony, that was the
Brian Adams.
Yeah. Well, he did Sinead before, yeah. Tony, you got a lot of love songs. Tony, are you? Can we consider you a romantic kind of guy? I mean, you know.
Well, look at me. What do you think?
Well, he does look he does look warm and fuzzy.
I am a romantic
kind of guy.
I am a romantic man.
She's got a number of songs here picked out that are lovable songs. Tony, because the thing is, Taiwan's an island of people who really love their passionate songs. Did you realize that when you first came and started playing music?
Well, yeah, because love songs. I mean, they've been making love songs since day one, right?
Yeah.
So, and just look at all the 50s, 1960s, all the love songs that were created back then, and everybody loves to be in love.
I know, right?
Everybody wants to be loved.
And the bad thing about it, some of the best songs in the world will come after people have been in love and got crushed.
Well, that's what we got when we got the blues and rock and roll. You know, actually, blues songs. Those are 3 different kinds of blues songs. You broke my heart, you stole my money, and you wrecked my car. That's about it.
That'll give you the blues in a minute, won't it?
Yeah.
We still got that contest coming up, and I was getting on Tony about his love songs, not because it's a bad thing, but because I noticed he picked a lot of them out for this particular hour. So everything you're hearing this hour is pretty much for Tony, except for the Allman Brothers. I picked that out because I've got it. There's a connection between the Allman Brothers, Tony, and me, so I had to put that on there. But the rest of what you're going to hear this hour is pretty much love. So
Well, there's a song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I wouldn't call that a love song.
boy, that's true too. I'm going to get that on here in a minute too. I'm going to pause and be right back.
I believe that was 1991, wasn't it?
I believe you're right.
Yeah. He came to Taiwan.
Wait.
Oh. All right, it's contest time, boys and girls. Do you remember this song, Macarena? Do you know who did it? You call up. First person with the correct answer wins the prize.
85228282.
It's for A&W Restaurant, Kaohsiung City. A&W Restaurant Fritz meal voucher for not only just you, but whomever you like to take with you as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know, guys, it might have been too easy, right? The phone line's lit up immediately. Let me drop this down here and put this up here. Hello, ICRT, hello.
Hey, hello. Hey, hi, Ron. Hi, Tony.
Hey.
Oh my God, I'm very excited, and even though I am actually driving on the highway, and
Oh, God.
you know, you can say that I am very excited.
Be careful.
Calling in because I'm listening to. Sorry, I think I will talk too much. I'm too excited.
No, don't get too excited because we need to hear what you're saying. Relax.
Yeah. Okay.
What is your name?
My name's call me Leo. Thank you.
Hi, Leo. Well, Leo, Tony, you want to ask him the question, Tony?
Yeah, name the artist, the group singing this song. Do you know?
Los Del Rio.
There you go. We got a winner.
Another easy winner. Leo, you stay right there. I need to talk to you. Don't you move, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Leo. Choices, man. I mean, they're driving me nuts. I'm loving it.
100 in tea.
4 seasons. Tony, you had a tale to tell about Los Macarena.
Yeah, I'm sitting in a hotel bar at the Metropolitan Hotel in New York City, just off Times Square, and I saw Los Del Rio walk in, and I went over and introduced myself and said, "Hey, would you guys do an interview with me back to Taiwan?" And he said, "Sure." And they don't speak English too well, but anyway, we made it work. I'm sitting at the same bar the next day, and I'm talking to the chef of the hotel, the Italian restaurant there, and in walks this little guy, and I look at this guy. I said, "I know that guy." And he looks at me, he goes, "Excuse me," and he looks at the chef. He goes, "You have my table now?" And he goes, looks at me and goes, "Excuse me, I have to go take care of this gentleman." I said, "Yeah." I looked at Frankie. I said, "Hey, man, good to see you." Frankie Valli walked right into the bar, all by himself. Yeah. And I'd seen Frankie a few years back at a liquor store, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. No, South Carolina.
I thought Myrtle Beach was in Virginia. Yeah, okay.
No,
Okay.
South Carolina.
Right.
It moved. It used to, but it moved.
And so sitting right there, Los Del Rio and Frankie Valli, all just sitting there having a beverage off the place there in New York City. It was wonderful, great time.
Tony, you know what I love about that story? You actually just outdid Richie.
I did?
Yeah, Richie's got these stories where
it wasn't that hard.
Yeah, he met Marilyn Monroe and things like that, you know. But that is like I love it.
Well, you never know who's going to walk in the room, especially in Hawaii. I went to a beer launching party, and I look across the pool, and this big, handsome, tall guy with a big mustache walks in. I said to my friends, "I know that guy. I'll be right back." I walked over to him and said, "Excuse me, are you Jeff Skunk Baxter of the Doobie Brothers?" He goes, "Yeah." And I said, I've been playing your music on the radio since you did that thing with Steely Dan, Wriggling in the Years. He goes, dude, I just got paid for that. And, this was like 6 years after the fact. Then it was just crazy. Crazy.
Such amazing things. Living in Hawaii, I tell you, we missed it, Rich. We were born in the wrong place. Hey, what do we got here? We're at the top of the hour. No, we're at the bottom of the middle of the hour. Guys, we got to pause, and we'll continue to be right back. Tony Taylor's here on our 45th birthday.
Thank you for inviting me to be on your show, Ron.
Telling stories.
And I'm loving it too. We'll be right back. I just wait for more stories. Tony,
I played this song on the radio as my last tune back in 1999. I wanted to send it out to my good buddy Gary, who's sitting home in his little room by himself with the lights off. And I know he might be just having himself a cool drink with this song right here on ICRT.
Dude, it's been a pleasure.
It's been my pleasure, Ron. Thank you.
Can't wait to see you.
Thanks for keeping an eye on me.
Oh, it's been my pleasure, Tony.
All right, man. Here they are, Led Zeppelin.